Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun HaMishna. Today we're discussing Terumos Perikei, Mishnah Beis. I want to discuss over here. We mentioned an interesting machlokas over here. I have to measure the chamim. Let's say you have one measurement of Truma that's Tameh, and it falls into 100 measurements, which are Chulin. So normally the halacha is that Truma is batel. Well, I say it's batal barov, lagabe the isser, but lagabe the dinimama is not batal. It creates the menu tells me I have to ensure that the Kohen gets what he gets, unless there's 100 parts to one, which you just take out one part and you give the rest to the Kohen. You give that one part to the Kohen, and the rest you get to keep yourself. Lezer says he holds this is a mechanism of how it's an interesting mechanism of how it works when you separate that one out of the 101, right? You separate the one out. You still even though it's batel, you still have to take one out of 101 and give to the Kohen because it's the moment of the Kohen. We don't want the Kohen to lose money. He at least gets something. So he wants to make sure he gets his truma. So how does that work when you take it out? Is the pshat, or Lezer learns, this is the way I explained it in the range here, and just further elaborating on it. Lezer holds is a concept of Breira. I think this is exactly Machlokas, Rabbi Elazar, and the Chamim in the beginning of Perek HaShutfin, Mesachas Nadarim. We're learning Ksuvos next in Daf Yomi, then Nadarim, Daf Memches and Ksuva. In Nadarim, it talks about the concept of Breira. Breira means basically we assume the chances work out, even though it's against the odds, what's going to work out. We assume Hashem works it out in a way that is either going to be a lechov or a l'skos. So he works things out in unrandom ways. So, for example, here, right, Elazar assumes that the one you took out, you have one piece of truma. It was known to be truma, 100 chulin. It's mixed somewhere, and you take out one because to remove the status of dimua. He assumes the one you took out is truma tmeya. He assumes you took out is truma tmeya. There's no tuma in there at all. It's not a worry. We don't treat it as all truma tmeya, and now it's maybe chulin tmeya because even though you took out the truma, the tuma still remains. No, the tuma doesn't remain at all. There's no chash of tuma anymore. You don't have to worry about tuma anymore. You can let it be hukshar lekabel tuma. You can mix it with the zayin mashkim. It doesn't make a difference. They're 100% chul. The chulin remaining is considered tor. There's no problem at all anymore of tuma anymore because he holds a breira. Hashem works it out. The one you took out is truma, even though the odds are against you. It's 99% chance it's not truma, but he says the odds work out. And the Chum say we don't hold a breira over here. We don't hold like breira. We hold breira midrabanan, maybe not breira midaraisa. Here's daraisa. They don't breira doesn't work. How does it work over here? So this is the mechanism that we're explaining over here. The way it works to remove the status of dimua. Dimua means it becomes like one big unit. If it's less than 100, is one big unit of truma. Just having truma in there creates, for the monetary aspect, is one big block of truma. When you have 101, so therefore Chazal gave you a kula that you could remove your suffix over there and remove part of that, the big tear that's falling in your eye, a little tear could fall out. Take part of that out, and that's good enough to remove the status of the truma. You're removing the status for the dinim mammon. It's not called mammon HaKohen anymore, or mammon gavoa that is Hashem gives to the Kohen. You remove that status, and that's what the Chum holds. So therefore, because they don't hold a breira, so they don't hold that what you took out is that one. We don't hold it's that one. Since we don't hold it's that one, so therefore it's just one big unit. So therefore, we have to be worried that the truma is still in there in the practical sense. Therefore, there might still be tuma in there. Torah says you can take off one and give it, but we're worried the chulin is royal kabal tuma, so therefore you can't be machshir it, you can't wet it, because then it'll be kabal tuma because it has maybe truma tmeya mixed in there. So you have to be careful with it to use it in a way where it won't become hukshal kabal tuma. That will be the conclusion of today's shir. I hope you enjoyed. See you in Shulchan Aruch Yomi coming up later today.